going to be good today. What's it like sitting in the pit lane waiting to go for qualifying when you're going onto the GP circuit?
A little bit more nervous. Really happy with the Indy circuit and the layout of it and my performance and the car's performance around there. So now we're going on to the faster part of the track out the back, which is unknown to me.
Made quite a few changes since the last round to the car. So in the 15 minutes of qualifying, which is the first time you've been on the Grand Prix circuit, and you've tested the changes you've made.
Yeah, that's right.
It's quite a lot to take in.
Yeah, it is.
So how do you approach that? Because you've also got to deal with traffic, because everybody else is wanting to get their laps in.
Well, yeah, what I was kind of hoping is I could get out behind someone a bit quicker and learn the track off them straight away. I know I can keep up with 90% of the cars on the Indy, so it's just out the back just so I can get a visual on their lines or anything else. So this is kind of what I'm thinking is, like I say, test everything beforehand and then push on the GP. Every lap I'm going to learn something new. As long as the next lap I take, I try it.
A lot of the 15 minutes dealing with traffic.
Yeah, loads of traffic. Normally right at the wrong place as well, right on an apex of a corner.
So you just came across people at the wrong part of the lap.
Every time.
Right at a corner you couldn't deal with.
Every time.
So you had to back out of it or whatever. But you did get a fast lap in.
I did, yeah, got my fastest lap in on the last lap, funny enough.
Which has become a bit of a trade.
Yeah, I'm getting good at this. As I said to people, I think on this side I'm going to say it's because I've learned more about the track each lap. So that's why on the last lap, obviously it'd be faster. But to be fair, it's all sorts of things. Yeah. It's me feeling comfortable in the car. I've learnt the track to a point, and yeah, to qualify, I think it was 12th at the twin tops. I'm extremely happy with that. A lot of faster cars behind me, so yeah, really pleased with that.
So, what's that done for your expectations to the race?
For the race, the one thing I always struggle with is the start.
Right.
Is sort of trusting that the car's going to be underneath me on the first few corners. So sort of the tactics that I've taken at the moment is obviously, as far as the championship, is to get round the first 2 or 3 corners unscathed, no point fighting. It's a long race, it's a long track, but yeah, if I can finish in or around the same position I start, overtake a few cars, have some real close racing, that's all I want.
Alright mate, I'll let you get on because you've got a bit to do.
No worries.
Speak to you after the race.
Have fun.
So with qualifying over, let's see what the grid looks like for round 5 of the BARC South East Tin Top Championship. As expected, Modified Saloons led the timing board, with Rod Burley taking pole position. The fastest Tin Top current champion, Dan Fisher, in his Civic EP3 with a really quick 1:45.5. That's very quick. And Bradley not far behind in his newly engined EP3 after his engine let go in the last round. The highest T3, Adrian Matthews in his Puma, was 10th place overall. We get to the Snodhurst boys. Cam Junio came second in T3. Cam just doing a few rounds this year, and Snodhurst is supporting him while he do it. Jimmy finished 16th overall with a great time, taking the modifieds out. That puts him around 12th. That's a good performance. The highest T1 car, Alfie Brooker, Mini Cooper S, did really well. Worthy of note, a couple of cars out of position, as I mentioned earlier. Ricky Taylor, the current championship leader, terrible misfire, so he could only finish down in 22nd. So, excellent qualifying. Really looking forward to the race. So, formation lap. All the cars lined up. Lights start, lights go green, and we're racing. We said about a tentative start. He's alright, he's keeping position. Steve Everson slides down around the outside of him at paddock and they run up to Druids. Oh, someone's locked up. Cam's locked up in the sister Civic, but he's okay, he's back on it, he's down the inside. Oh, Alfie Brooker gets touched by Steve Everson. It's just 3 into 1, won't go, but everyone's okay. That did give a run for the Puma on Jamie, and Vic Hope's Civic got through as well, so lost a couple of places there. Oh, and a missed gear, that's not going to help his momentum. Hawthorne, Ricky Taylor can just come through, clearly sorted his misfire out, so he's trying to make up positions for his championship push. Yellow flag there, what's that for? It's the Sierra Cosworth, clearly struggling. Pushing through. Jimmy's now just got to get his head down, close the gap. From Sterling, and down under the bridge into clearways. Lost a couple of places in the first lap. He's up to speed. Seems to be getting faster and faster. And it's not her Civic. Yeah, he's clearly pegging them on the run up to Druids. He dives in. He's on it now. Listen to the car. Those tyres are begging for mercy. Makes up good time, and he seems to be coming onto the back of Ricky Taylor. Oh, the Puma's pushed wide, just goes slightly off the circuit as Ricky Taylor goes past. He's lost all his momentum, that gives Jamie the run. He's in the slipstream and he's passed. Racing so close in this championship. Anything like that, wheel on the dirt or anything, you lose momentum and you're just going to get swallowed up. Talking which, somebody else has just lost a bit of wheel on the dirt. Oh, now somebody really has. Oh, Jamie's lifted. That's going to lose him momentum. That could hurt him in one of the Druids. And looks pushed wide. Going wide. The Puma was down the inside going into Druids after Jamie's lifted off. Lost the momentum. Oh, and Marcus Bicknell through in the Saxo as well. They'll need to give Marcus a second chance. He'll take the opportunity and he's through. Again, now Jamie's got to spend some laps catching these guys back up. Needs to get his head down and just push now. Let's see what he's got in terms of the run down to Hawthorne. Pilgrim's drop. Let's see what he can do here. Oh, he's in the tow. Don't think he's going to be close enough though. No. Well, he knows where he's got the pace. Just needs to set that up for the next lap and see where he can what he can do. These Saxon guys are very quick. Marcus Bicknell, his son Chris, and Steve Everson, Mikey Day, they do get the most out of those Saxos. Let's see what he can do here. So if he can close the gap, needs to be closer if he wants to get past him. Yeah, got the legs in a straight line. Look at that. He's not going to have it. He's not close enough, but he's closer now. That'll give him a run down. Hopefully it'll give him a run when he sets him up for the run down to Hawthorne. Hawthorne's drop. Is that a slowing Civic? What's that? Vic Hope. Looks like he's got an issue. No. That nearly caught Jamie out. Right. Let's see if he can get close through certainties. Come up, make sure there's nobody behind. He's closer now. This should be good. Come on, tuck in, get the toe. He did. There's a reversing light. Yeah, he's passed him. He's got him, yeah. He's cleared Marcus. He's got to get his head down now, get over the Puma. Keep him tight and just focus. We use all of those 9,000 RPM for the red line. Just got to chase down that Puma now. Very closely matched with the Puma now. We were talking earlier in the pit lane, we think that that Puma has done some work with his gearbox, with his ratios, because he's definitely changing gear, he's got a different rev range now, and it's clearly working really well. See if we can get the run. He's in the toe. Oh, alongside. Oh, just two. Oh, this is going to be quick. Is he going to be brave? Try and brave it out round the outside? No. That would have ended in tears. That's smart thinking. Smart thinking by the Civic driver. Breaking in. He's now just got to chase him. He's now just got to chase him through the rest of this lap. See if he can get onto him. Just needs an opportunity. Puma's right on the edge. Doing a great job. He's going to need some luck here. They're so closely matched. He's going to need some back markers to get in the way. In fairness though, oh, what's this? Be brave. Just keep your foot in. Wow, that was brave. Knew that last time he had an issue like that, he got mugged because he lifted. He kept his foot in. An opportunity. Oh no! Just at the wrong time, going through Graham Hill. That's hurt him. He lost about 20-30 metres there. Here we are now, the end of the lap. The Puma's passed Steve Everson's Citroen, and he's now going to get his head down again. Try and bridge that gap to them. It was unfortunate. Just caught that Fiesta at the wrong time. just a momently, literally half a lift. And now he's pushing really hard to try and get back on terms. Jamie and Steve have raced hard this year. They always seem to be on the same bit of tarmac. And in fairness, the racing's been great to watch. Steve Everson's he's a proper racer. Firm but very fair. And he and Jamie clearly have a bit of respect for each other now. Jamie's earned that this year. He's in the tour. Is he going to get past him? This is for position. And it's the last lap. Has he got him? I'm not sure he's got enough on him. No, you've got to be more decisive than that, or Steve's going to come back and take that position. He's not going to give that up lightly. This is going to be a drag race to the finish, you can tell. Just got to stay with him. If he can stay with him, he can out-drag him on the straight. Oh, Steve's on the raggy edge. I don't think Steve doesn't want to give this up. Through Sterling's for the last time. It's another run down the clearways. He's got to try and get on the back of him and brave it out around clearways. Is he going to do it? Oh, Steve's right on the edge. Jamie's also pushing really hard. It's going to be a drag race. Come on! He's not close enough. Cross the line a tenth apart. Dear me. Dear me. Another good race. That's the second race in a row they've done that. That's good racing. Good racing. Wow. Take a breath.
That was awesome, wasn't it? That was awesome out the back.
Ran well. Happy?
Yeah, a couple of little driver areas. Yeah, a couple of little. Marcus's reverse light come on, you'll see it on the video. Going up the straight, his reverse light come on, so I bricked it. Cut the cars off at paddock. So I was having a real good battle again with Marcus and the Puma. Big cloud of smoke with gravel and dust everywhere.
Yeah,
How much I lifted? I lifted. Yeah.
The dirt.
So I lifted, and then I was playing catch up again, and then I got caught by all my hard work. Got back on the back of them, and we got a back marker at the bottom of Graham Hill that I caught at the wrong time, so they got away again. So good fun chasing them, though.
What we think, second in class, don't we?
I hope so. That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that'd
be nice.
It's good. It ran well though. Lap times were consistent.
The back of that circuit is awesome. It's so fast. Unfortunately, my balls ain't big enough. But
oh, well done, mate. Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah, well done, Team Snodhurst. Great race. So, here's the results for the tin tops. T1, Alfie Brooker takes it. Brad Lane in T2 is a good win for him. Jamie takes second in class, which is excellent news. T3, Adrian Matthews takes the win. Cameron Trino in the Snodhurst Civic takes sixth and second in T3. Back to T2 and Jamie. T2, Brad Lane took a well-deserved win. That new engine clearly working really well for him. Dan Fisher, current champion, he came into the pits with smoke bellowing out the back end of the car, so he didn't finish the race. But all the while, Jamie's making hay while the sun shines, and finishing second in class gives him more strong points, and has finished in every round this year so far, touch wood. So yeah, a great race. Grand Prix circuit looks fantastic. The next round is Rockingham at the beginning of September, and so that'll be one to watch. Never been there before. I think that'll be the same for quite a few of the races on the grid, so that'll be really interesting. So that's all for the Grand Prix circuit here at Brands Hatch. Hope you enjoyed the show, and we'll see you in a few weeks in Rockingham. That's all for now. Bye. So the great removal.
Yeah, the removal ceremony.
No longer a novice, now a veteran.
All six signatures, all good. Got the novice card through yesterday.
Right, sir, let's have it away.
Shall we do it?
Shall we?
Get rid of it. Have a look at my bare bum.
Oh yeah, I'll get you a good angle. Yay!
All gone.
Good effort.
Fair play. Yeah, please, that's gone. Now we can start racing.